And right, chaps, what we're going to talk about now is the greatest ever Premier League season. We're going to discuss it. Loads of people have been talking about 2016. My social media is full of people putting up pictures when they were slightly trimmer in 2016.
Yeah.
And what we can now discuss is the nostalgia around that era. Let's rewind to that 2015-16 Premier League season, the year that Leicester City shocked the world, and ask this very simple question. Was it the greatest Premier League season ever? Whether it's the best season, I don't know. But I will maintain that what Leicester City did that year is the best achievement in sport ever.
Yeah.
It's not a footballing achievement. It's not an English footballing achievement. It's not a Premier League achievement. Never has anything happened like that in any sport ever, I don't think.
I mean, it must have. Like somewhere, I think it must have.
I mean, the thing that has happened was
Right,
Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest came up and won the league. But I think that it was at a time when football, for Leicester City to win the league in 2016, when Man City had loads of money and Chelsea had loads of money and Tottenham had loads of money and Arsenal had loads of money and we were all established clubs. It was kind of different to when Forest came up and won it.
Yeah, I meant more in sport, but you're right. In football, I can't think of anything more extraordinary, more against the odds than Leicester. Even with 10 games to go, there was still a degree of, they
can't
maybe
do
not
it.
10, 15.
No, there was.
Yeah.
Do you know? I think there was a result. They went away to the Etihad. Riyad Mahrez scored for them. Riyad Mahrez did a step over, pinged it in with his right foot, and I think that might have been the day when people went, "Oh my
Robert
God!"
Huth was amazing.
Yeah.
And the Leicester City thing's interesting because ultimately Vardy was the guy that led them to the title. Obviously, broke the record for the most amount of goals consecutively scored, and he was someone that came out of, non-professional football. He made his way all the way up the English pyramid to win the Premier League title. That story in itself encapsulates the beauty of Leicester City. And plus you add in Robert Huth was a seasoned professional but never really got a big opportunity at Chelsea, really. You talk about Wes Morgan, Schmeichel, a lot of these players were kind of cast aside. Simpson at right back for Man United.
There isn't. You look at their first 11 in their squad, there's no way that is ever repeated again. Drinkwater, Albright, Mark Albrighton, Vardy, as you say, Mahrez, who picked up for like £500,000.
Okazaki up front.
Is this the season, Flav? You know, when you think about all of the near misses that Tottenham have had and all of the ways that it could have been so different for Tottenham.
Yeah.
Is this the year that you look back on it? It's 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
When you're like, if that had been as it should have been, everything would be different now.
Possibly, it probably wouldn't be different, but yeah, that was the opportunity. And the next year, we actually finished third that year, if you remember, against Leicester.
It's the famous thing.
That's right.
Finished third in a 2-2.
Yeah, it was always well funny that when whoever come up with that, like geniuses, comedic geniuses. But everyone found it so funny. 10 years and people are still talking about it. Fucking the genius of it. Anyway, it was crazy. I mean, that was the best Spurs side. Those 2 years, 2015, 2016, and the next season, we were actually better the season after. We finished second to you lot. But yeah, we just felt like we were eventually going to catch them. They would falter, but what Leicester City didn't do.
Is that why we could argue that it isn't the greatest season of all time? Because yes, it was romantic if you're a Leicester City fan. If you're a Jamie Vardy lookalike, it was a beautiful season. But Tottenham were. I mean, this is if you ever need Tottenham,
with him, the postie.
Yeah,
if you have mates with him.
But if you need Tottenham to make your season good, it can't be that good a season. With all due respect, like I think about when I was younger with the Aguero season. That's Sir Alex Ferguson you're going up against. Like you were going up when you were younger, winning Premier League titles with Mourinho against Wenger and Benitez and Ferguson. Like if you're going up against Poch's Spurs,
no, but they were also
that good.
But they were also going up.
Turned you over consistently at the time. And stop saying with all due respect when you're being disrespectful.
You're not. It's not like you're no one's going to remember that Tottenham side in 25 years' time.
No, but Buvey, do you know what? But that's because history's written by the winners. That's because history's written by the winners. That Leicester team that won the league, they did go up against Jose Mourinho. Mourinho was our manager that year. They did go up against
not prime Fergie, not prime Benitez, not prime Mourinho.
It was Guardiola's first season. Klopp and Liverpool hadn't quite.
No, it was Pellegrini's season.
Yeah, 2016. It was.
Yes,
Jose Mourinho.
Right.
It was Jose Mourinho at Chelsea.
You're right.
Ultimately, City were poor, Arsenal were poor, Spurs were poor, Chelsea were definitely poor, and Man United were shocking. That's why Leicester City won it. Let's be real.
You know, Buvey, though, this I can't believe I'm going to say this in defence of Tottenham, but I think everyone talks about that as the year Tottenham should have won it. It was the year Arsenal should have won it.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Well,
we
Arsenal
signed
you beat them on
Cech and no one else. And then we needed a striker, we needed a 6. We had the most uninspiring summer ever. And we actually...
No, you beat them on Valentine's Day.
You
beat Leicester on
exactly
Valentine's
in the 96th minute to go within 2 points of them in February. And you thought, right, this is it. Lock in Arsenal. And we were shocking. Like, that was the moment. I remember later that day, Spurs won at City. It was the same day both teams played. And that was when Spurs kind of got it together. But we completely fell apart. I look back at that as a year. I know we ended up finishing second. We always remember it as Spurs finishing second, but we nicked it on the final
We've done
day.
that, James. We've done that.
Yeah, I know. But it is interesting. It's still very interesting.
It's still, apparently, 10 years later, it's still interesting.
That's a failure, isn't
still
it?
interesting.
I don't remember anyone from that. You said about Peter Cech. It's by the by. Like, they're not great Arsenal sides. They're not great Tottenham sides. Chelsea were poor. City were poor. Man United were poor.
But Leicester
nicked it. It's a great story for Leicester and for sport. But I'm talking about the most beautiful moments in football. The Aguero season for me is ahead of it because we're talking about this is prime Sir Alex Ferguson, Scholesy, Giggsy, Rooney, crying their eyes out in the stadium
of
of
their
light.
limitations.
Yeah.
That's what's great about it.
Yeah.
The fact that
I'm not denying
you're...
that.
But we're talking best season or best achievement?
That's what I'm saying. It's the best achievement in the history of sport, what Rory said. But in terms of the season, the Aguero season was better because you got 6-1 at Old Trafford. The changing of the guard.
I think it was a great year of football. It was a great year of Premier League football. There were some great players in the Premier League. It was. I don't think it can be sort of belittled because it was only Tottenham. If that's the angle, I think it's quite harsh on what Leicester did. I kind of don't see it as. I always think the best ever season, and it was a season when I went to a lot of football. 2012 for Premier League football. 2012 was the season where Manchester United scored 8 past us. No, what did they beat you? 6-2?
8-2.
8-2. No, it was 8. They beat you 8-2. Man City beat Man United 6-1 Balotelli. Chelsea obviously won a European Cup. We beat Tottenham 5-1 at Wembley.
We beat you 5-3 at the Bridge.
You beat us 5-3
season,
at the Bridge that same season.
Yeah.
I think that year for football,
Was that... when
You won the FA Cup as well.
we won the FA Cup. We beat Liverpool.
Yeah.
Beat
Andy
Liverpool in
Carroll
the final.
scored,
Yeah, Ramirez. Ramirez scored for us.
Who was
Like,
the Chelsea manager then? 'Cause
Di Matteo.
Villas-Boas
Andre
started it,
Villas-Boas.
didn't he?
Yeah, Andre Villas-Boas into Di Matteo.
Chelsea's story and then Man City's first ever league title win in the Premier League era.
Yeah, in the
That's
same
better than-
in the
that's better
same
than
season.
Ranieri, come on.
In the same season. No, but Flav, in the same season, you had Aguero scoring that goal, which is probably the defining moment of the Premier League era.
Yeah.
You also had Chelsea winning the first European Cup in the manner going to Germany. You had the ridiculous fixtures. Why always me, Balotelli at Old Trafford?
Yeah.
8 goals in an Arsenal-Man United game. 8 for one team, 10 goals in the game.
That was the same... I think that was the same day that Spurs lost 5-1 to Man City.
See what I mean? I think
That's
2012.
that season, yeah. Jacko and all
Because
that.
I remember we were watching it. We went to the Spurs game and then went down to the 12 pin in Finsbury Park and watched the 8-2 one.
Yeah, but look,
I think if I
for
remember
Leicester
rightly.
City in 2016, I look back on it now as just like one of the best things for football. Like,
It was beautiful.
we're quite lucky to have witnessed it. Obviously, none of us wanted it to happen. We all wanted our own team to win the league, and all of us here should have probably. You could make a case why you should have won it.
It's a big achievement.
We won the league either side of it. So by that
Yeah, you
logic
did.
alone, we should have won it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tottenham were probably the best team.
That's
Were
true.
actually the best team,
Yeah.
and Man City were.
Like Man City should have won the Premier League title with 15 points clear. That side was generational. So what the story is better
Were you
for Leicester
15
City.
points clear of Leicester?
No. What I'm saying is when Aguero scored,
Yeah.
that squad was the best side in the country.
Yeah.
It was an old Man United side. Arsenal weren't very good that season, etc. But what I'm saying, the story for Leicester City is better. But if we're talking about the actual season, I think the 2012 season is even better.
I think the thing is
Like,
that
it's more interesting football matches.
it's
Tottenham. I mean, come on.
Why do you keep doing that?
But if Tottenham,
With all due respect.
if you need Tottenham, it's like
Tottenham, with all due
If we're
respect.
saying what are the best Champions League finals of all time, by default, the one with Tottenham in it ranks right at the bottom 1% of Champions League finals because Tottenham are in the final. You weren't even paying it.
15 years of oil money and corruption, right?
Yeah.
And you sit there and giving it big uns about a Spurs side that perhaps has failed in recent years, but were once the darlings of Europe. But because
What,
and him as
1961?
well, it's the same thing. You've had 20 years. You lucked into this career.
of course.
Buvey, you know you lucked into this career.
I've got
You walked into it.
Of course.
Well, no, don't get me wrong. I respect you. I think you're a brilliant podcast presenter.
But with all due respect,
broadcaster.
I'm about to really insult.
Yeah, but with all due respect, if it
Of
wasn't for the
course.
oil money, no one would care,
but
Buvey.
that's the same. Sir Alex Ferguson joined Liverpool instead of Man United. Football's based on luck. It always will be and always has been. That's the nature of sport. I'm not trying to wind you up. Tottenham are a big football club, but
They're bigger than
you're-
Man City.
you-
Much bigger.
You've never won the
I don't
European
think you
Cup.
can be anymore. I know what you mean, Flav, but it's a very difficult one.
Well, just then back me then.
You want
the
him to win the
final,
league.
the final, the Champions League final that Tottenham were in. You were lucky to be there. Like, you were happy to be there. You weren't playing in the final. That's why it's not a great final.
Although, do you know what I did see? Do you know we're talking about the big club thing? I couldn't believe. I know you were up there. I saw the attendance for Man City's game in Europe. 34,000.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And they're expanding the stadium, which is a lot of City fans are really angry about.
Mate, but 34.
What are they angry about?
What I couldn't understand
They're
was,
expanding the stadium when they're
Can't
struggling
fill
to fill the
mate,
stadium.
34,000. That's an attendance from like 1992, isn't it? 34.
I'll tell you something.
Especially when you play Galatasaray, who bring a lot of fans.
It says a lot about how City fans view that competition and the amount of football matches being played in the competition. That's what it says, in my honest
You
opinion.
also are asking people to spend a lot of money as well.
Yeah, the ticket
But
price.
actually, no, actually, I'm not going to defend
quid.
that. Actually, no, that's weak. It's a Champions League performance.
Cheapest
You can't
ticket for that
afford
game is
big
about
game as well.
75
Big
quid.
game.
Okay.
It's a
Do you know
big
what?
game.
Focusing back on 2016, right? If you look at the team of the season, it's not
Yeah.
great. Hector Bellerin is in it.
Yeah, see what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. It's nothing against Spurs or Arsenal, but the sides that were competing against Leicester were
Mate, this Premier League team of the
Rubbish.
season wouldn't have even won the league in a normal season. You got David De Gea in goal,
Rubbish.
Hector Bellerin
Rubbish.
at right back,
Alderweireld,
Toby
brilliant.
Alderweireld with Wes Morgan centre halves,
Danny
with Danny
Rose.
Rose at left back.
No, he was class that year.
Then you've got Riyad Mahrez, icon, N'Golo Kante, king, Dele Alli,
He was brilliant.
Dimitri Payet.
And he got Vardy and Harry Kane. Yeah, it's not a great side, is it? And also, England in 2016, shocking against Iceland, so that counts.
Yeah, that counts. That does count.
That was crap.
Yeah. Also, it was, I mean...
So
that
this
was-
isn't
that-
really
that-
a segment about 10 years ago. It's a segment about 14 years ago.
Well, it's a segment about 10 years ago, discussing it, comparing it to what we believe to be our
Isn't
favourite
the
season.
trend saying what we doing 10
I'll
years ago?
put forward 21-22. That was a great season.
That's got to do with anything you
Yeah,
weird.
we just
shut up,
same
mate.
seasons now. I'm doing
Yeah.
2016.
What are you on about, mate?
Yeah, he's brought 11-12. I'm bringing 21-22.
He makes a good
you
point.
talking about?
You can't just bring
You're bringing your favourite. I'm going
Mate.
21-22.
Mate, you get your camo gear on. Go and,
Yeah. No,
go and
but-
hunt an elk.
You know, elk.
I tell you what, I was having the time of my life in 2016. It was,
I was having
mid
great
Bull
time.
Street.
I was having a
I think
great-
it was probably where we
Nah.
met. Bull Street.
Yeah, I joined 2017.
Oh yeah, great days.
Great days, mate.
Yeah, it was quality.
Mate, we've been friends for over a decade. You've been lucky to have me in your life for 10 years, man.
The amount
So we
of
can
beauty-
talk about that, but we can't talk about 21-22. This is unbelievable. What am I here for, man? I'm coming up with. I'm sitting here trying to think of. That was a good year. That happened.
We've been friends for
And
10
then-
years.
yeah.
We've been friends for 10 years, man.
Unbelievable.
We've been
James,
friends
I think that sometimes, like, right, Alpha will get a text from Alpha, and I go, do you want to come down Spurs fan? And I sit there and I think about it, and I go, why? Why do they want me? Like, what? They don't listen to me. They talk about nonsense all the
listen
time.
to you,
They
Flav.
They get insulted.
I've got all these ideas.
They don't listen to me.
got all
They don't
that.
value me.
I don't have
They
to prepare
rate
for
me.
this at all.